All right.
Shalom. We are Hebrew Israelites. We come in spirit and power of Yahweh.
By Shem.
YAHAWASHI.
By Shem.
Kodash.
I want to give double honors to the elders of the Millstone. We're going to start this lesson off. We don't have a title, Going with the Spirit. We're just going to start here in Psalm, the 10th chapter. I'm going to start from the top. You want to break it down, right? This is Psalm 10, verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord Yahweh? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let him be taken in the devices that he have imagined. For the wicked boasteth.
Yeah, pretty much like I starting out. This is like a pretty much a question that, sometimes Jake can ask in like in their own folly, God, how come this is going on so much? Look at these, if you know who the Edomites are, the so-called white man, how come so much evil is going on and nothing really happening, But as we find out about the Lord is long suffering, and he has a day and a time appointed for the so-called white man that he can't pass. Continue on.
For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. So he boasted, his new world order. He wants to, put that's him trying to fulfill his belly.
And they get that Job scripture.
Spirit. Yeah, he tells the whole world what his plans are, and that goes into his witchcraft. That stuff hidden in plain sight. He doesn't hide his agenda. We know about Agenda 21. We know about all these jobs and atrocities that come onto the planet Earth are all done by who? By the so-called white man. And he knows, and he takes claim of that. But here it is. We're letting know who this man is, and he's the devil the Bible speaks of. And his witchcraft is in his power. His witchcraft and secrecy is not working no more. We know about his secret societies, and all his plans of which he wishes to push out, and he pridefully puts out anyways in the first place. And he thought no one was going to catch on to what he was doing, his mischievous madness. Read that part again. This is Psalms 10 and 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth.
One more verse.
One more verse. Yeah. This is Psalm 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let him be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
This is I'm gonna start at Job 5, and I'm gonna go to verse 12. Same thing like let me read the precept for this. Is Job 5 and 12. It says, he disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is headlong. So not the Most High. He has this agenda, which we would know of as what the New World Order agenda, whatever he has these different plans for. But we all know he has this one so-called structure that he's trying to get. All right, and we can also read in Job 20 and 20 about him trying to fill his belly, and he's trying to implement this so-called enterprise. All right, homeboy has this how do you say more or less in his words, New World Order. He wants this so-called new age, new society, the way things are going now. In his mind, you still have the thought of the Most High and everything like that, but in his New World Order, he's got a one world religion, one world military, one world rule, where he's the God. He's up on top of everything, all right? But what the Most High says, he's going to disappoint the device of the crafty, all right? So he cannot perform his enterprise. Continue on.
This is Psalm 10 and 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth.
Now, hey, look, just like read that part one more time.
For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire.
Yeah, the wicked boasted of his heart desire. So like I was saying, they got these long-term plans. We got 100 years. Right now they got a plan called Agenda 2045. All right? Bragging and boasting about what they're going to get. What was that guy's name? Was it Ronald Reagan? Or was it, it might have been George Bush, the first one. He was like, the New World Order.
And we will be successful.
Yeah, we will be successful. When we be successful, and we will be successful. They was proud about it.
And he is like, and another dude, senator, he is like, and mark my words, you will rule on this. On talking about impenetrable chip.
Joseph Biden. When Joseph Biden, I believe when he first came in, one of the first things he wound up saying, when Barack Obama became president or whatnot, was about that. It's like, mark my words, this is something you're gonna decide on. It was basically talking about the RFID chip, So they sit here and brag and boast about their so-called years out plans and things like that. They have these different things. We're gonna one day colonize Mars or whatnot. And so-called white man has it in his mind, he's gonna rule forever. He's just basically gonna be the god of everything. Like I said, Agenda 2045. That's the most abominable thing in the whole world he's ever come up with. Microchipping everybody, making everybody cyborgs and shit like that, nanobodies and stuff like that. Come on, man.
Yeah, and that's him. That's him in his judgment. That's him making judgments that's far above himself. You know, here it is. You're not guaranteed to go home. You know, when you get in your car, you can die in an accident. You know, who knows what can happen to you? But this man, that's why it says. It says in his heart that his house shall stand forever. Yeah. You know, so to say, you know, he thinks he's gonna be here for a long time, and him boasting of his heart's desire. You know, and it's him saying, "I'm gonna be successful." That's his pride. You know, and he has no remorse of persecuting the poor. You know, even his own people. You know, all he cares about is what? Fulfilling his enterprise, which is this new world order.
And like you said, he don't care if it's casualties on his side. You know, some of his own people die. He don't care. You know, just like the flavor of the week, man. This is why you call you the devil. Yeah. All right. The so-called white man doesn't care, man. If he want to produce something massively and it involves harmful chemicals that kill everyone, he don't care. If he making a profit off of it, all right, he's gonna sell it. All right. So it's like the GMO, it's been scientifically studies show that shit causes cancer over a long period of time, continuously consuming GMOs. But what? Does he take GMOs off the shelf? No, because why? He's still making a lot of money off of it.
And here, all right? You know, and here it is in 2019 with all this technology and all these, you know, the things that has been put out on the earth, and there's still no cure for cancer. You know, so they say there's no cure for, you know, stuff that should be, you know, you shouldn't even have in the first place. There is no cure. It really does mean that there's no life here in this place.
Because everything around you is a carcinogen.
I was just going to speak on that. It's not that there's no cures for cancer. Like, you wouldn't actually get cancer. Exactly. To break down what cancer is the mutation of a gene or a cell, right? So to put this in layman's term for any Jake to understand, go take a piece of steak, put it in the microwave, put it in there for maybe like 2 minutes. And we start hearing that popping and sizzling and all that shit. That's the water and the grease or the oil molecules inside of there expanding. Yeah. Right, they moving around expanding. All right, and it's so-called, it's a mutation. You put that meat, if you was to put like a hamster or something in the microwave for a long amount of time, it will explode. That's exactly what's going on inside of your organs when you have certain things giving you that, you irradiate it, or the carcinogens, all right? These things are just mutating your cells. So if you didn't have like cell phones with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all these different things, that's the same thing. It's all it's doing is microwaving you. 5G. The 5G is nothing but a big ass. In fact, all right, going into the 5G system, one of the things that you can use it for is if you look up the anti-denial system, which if you go back to Ferguson riots, the things that was in the big MRAP trucks, right? Look like a satellite dish. Yeah. And with that satellite dish, they can aim a concentrated beam down towards you, which irradiates the water molecules inside of your skin to make you feel like you're boiling, right? They call it non-lethal deterrent weapon. But that's the same thing as this 5G internet. Same thing as a 4G and 3G. That's why I tell you get cancer from having your cell phone up to your ear.
That Bluetooth thing that they have, you know, that whole when that started.
Now with the 5G, it's just up on a higher. All they do is turn the frequencies up. I think they actually turn them down, but it's a higher a potency. The potency is getting higher. Yeah. All right, that's basically all you're doing. Is you got your microwave on real low. Yeah. All right, you're trying to cook some meat and it's not cooking, and then you turn it up on full blast. You know, you got it on real low. You can microwave it for 2 hours, nothing gonna happen. But you put it on full blast. Microwave for like 2 minutes. Yeah.
They say this shit ain't working fast enough. Right. Because why? They're what they said. The thing behind 5G, they say within what 3 to 6 months, it can be like global, like sickness. Like it can promote that global sickness, like an epidemic, like within just a couple months of it being launched.
Now that's probably what they tell you on certain things like that. But as a first-hand account, all right, I had my sister was living in Atlanta. Now for you brothers that's living in what, Atlanta, Texas. There's a couple more states. They already starting to put these 5G towers up, right? They're not really towers. They're little small boxes that's gonna go every 200 feet or 200 yards, right? But anyway, nevertheless, when they was installing these things right outside of my sister's house, you know, she was like, man, I woke up and my head was all hurting and throbbing, and it was something was going on. You know, something weird going on. She looked outside. She could see them out there working on something. But long story short, this was right when they started installing all that 5G. Now the thing with the 5G is they can't really turn the 5G system on for it to work unless they have it everywhere, because this is like a, for a lack of a better term, it's like you got a swimming pool. You can't fill the swimming pool up until you got the complete pool surfaced out and everything, because if you try to fill up a pool when it's halfway built, the water gonna just roll out. You know, you're not gonna get the right, you know, outcome what you want. So they need this 5G everywhere, all right? That's why I tell you need them every 200 feet. But it's basically like putting us all inside of a microwave, man. They're gonna just turn this bad boy up, as you already see now. You know, you can't sleep with you know, a lot of brothers have problems sleeping and stuff like that. You turn your Wi-Fi off, you can get a regular night's sleep, you know. Your cell phones and stuff, most people sleep with their cell phone right there beside them on the bed, you know what I'm saying, or on a nightstand like that. All right, and not just that, man, the blue light on your screen, man, there's a lot of this different shit with these phones and all this technology that's keeping us up and killing us, man. So Esau, and he's a diabolical monster, man. This is why we call him the devil.
This is Psalms chapter 10, we have verse 4.
Oh, to go back up, because I want to add a precept off one of those. Yeah.
This is Psalms 10, verse 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. We're reading.
Yeah, all time right here.
You know, like the brother said, the wicked boasts above his heart's desire, man. All right? Esau claims about his new world order. Esau brags about his technology, you know. Esau just completely proud, man, so they boast, okay? They boast in their arms. They boast in their flesh. Esau is carnal, man. All right, he's a big kid. Look what I can do, all right? So they boast, and they're lifted up with pride, man. All right, go ahead.
Well, since he said that, start up a little higher. Start up in verse 5.
Yeah. This is Habakkuk chapter 2,
On the spirit, brother.
verse 5. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Now, like the brother was just saying, he transgresses by wine, all right? By his different doctrines and philosophies and things like that, you know. Oh, you know, if we get the nanobodies or whatever, whatnot, this RFID chip, we can live forever. We can eradicate sicknesses and illnesses and poverty and things like that, you know. But in the end, all it's coming to do what? Bring you death and destruction and slavery. Continue on.
Neither keepeth at home.
Hey, so-called white man, look at him all over the damn planet Earth, all right? This was what the so-called Native Americans was over here first. The so-called white man came over here. Wasn't satisfied here. He had to go right back on the other side of the damn globe and start taking up all of that. Then he ain't satisfied with that. He keep on moving. Now he got the whole Earth. Oh, hey, let's think about colonizing the moon. Let's go colonize Mars. Let's go out to this and let's go colonize that, man. His ass ain't stable where he at right here. You can't take, like my dad used to always tell me, if you can't take care and appreciate the things you got here, why would I go get you something else? So-called white man has destroyed everybody on the planet Earth. He's destroyed his own, he's already was destroyed, but he destroyed the whole planet Earth. All right, destroying out of space with space junk. And yet he just never satisfied. He just want more and more and more. All right, continue on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Right, like the analogy is like it's what is it? Read that part again.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell and as death, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Right, so like the scriptures also say it's like two things. It's like never satisfied. It's like death in a woman's womb, right? Woman, as long as women is having babies, that means somebody gonna always be dying. See what I'm saying? As long as it's humans, somebody gonna want to die eventually. That's just how it goes, right? And as long as it's humans, we're gonna keep having humans, right? So the woman's womb from giving birth is never satisfied, and neither is the grave. We're gonna always keep reproducing, and people gonna always keep dying. That's like the so-called white man's what he want. He just want every damn thing. He never satisfied. All right.
Yeah. And wherever he goes, it's always genocide.
Death and destruction.
Wherever the so-called white man is at, his death is there. You know, you'll never find a place where this so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man is, where there's peace.
Well, there's always peace. Most time it's peace when you get there, but what will follow him is death and destruction.
Exactly.
All right, everywhere he step his damn foot, you know how they say, everything we touch turn to gold, like talking about Jake and stuff. Everything that Esau touched turned to death and destruction, man. He look at it as his death and destruction coming to your location, wherever you got going on, man.
Just like like you said, he can't be satisfied because he's carnal. All right, so-called white man is carnal. So what? You know, we constantly fighting the flesh all the time. Yeah. You can't satisfy the flesh. What the scriptures say? If you walk after the spirit, you do mortify the deeds of the flesh, man. All right. So the so-called white man is carnal. He's not spiritual. So what? He walking out of the flesh. And what the scriptures say about the flesh? To be carnally minded is death. All right. So that's why he's carnal, man.
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. He just always in the flesh, man. That's why he can't be satisfied. He's a carnal being.
And that's why he wants to go out to Mars and the moon and
the flesh of a person without faith. And
Yeah, it's dangerous, man.
He'll walk into destruction.
Yeah.
And
destruction to his own.
And the reason why this man, so he can't cure cancer, is because he is the cancer.
Right. He is the virus.
Hey, cause aren't like the cancer cells, it's like the white, like the white cells is a mutation. Yeah, exactly. It's not supposed to be there.
It's like,
you know?
what the fuck is that? What you doing here?
Exactly.
He's the one who mutated out of the damn family. Well, he was created that way, but shit. Hey, he was the one that went off. He got that one, you know, something happened with him. That was Esau.
Yeah. Leprosy is a mutation. That's not a natural.
Exactly.
Right.
A mutation that the Most High made, you know, made happen, man.
I was gonna say, when you go to so-called science, they tell you what we so-called have dominant genes. They have what so-called recessive genes, right? The lack of melanin in their skin, however you want to put it. That's just a mutation, man. So they are a walking cancer, man, and everything that they touch turns to a walking cancer. They are the embodiment of death, man. Just like everything that we touch, you know how they say, oh, we take lemons and turn it to lemonade. You know what I'm saying? We make something out of nothing, right? Esau takes something and turned it into nothing. Everything he come up upon, it's like, yo, this place, America was the land of the, not the land of the free, but we was all, the natives was free over here. You know what I'm saying? You had waters with gold in it. You could just go, just drink out the rivers and shit now. Nowadays, you can't even
go to Louisiana and Texas around that area. Shit, from the Gulf of Mexico. That shit's still brown, man.
I was about to say, shit, you can walk outside here and let the rain hit your ass. You're gonna be polluted by the rain falling out the sky. Come on, man.
Hey, they're gonna show you who the real nigga is, though, right?
Exactly. Right.
People be like, man, you can't have niggas nowhere. They come and they destroy everything, right? But who trained Jake to be the way he is? Who got Jake in that state, man?
Right.
The so-called white man. So the so-called white man's the real nigga. He turns everything into nothing, man. Niggas can't, you know, niggas can't have shit. They always fucking up something. That's the so-called white man's the real nigga.
Right.
You know?
Talking about something, we always turn our neighborhoods into the projects in the hoods. Like, well, look, wait a minute. What happened to America, man? All the gold and everything that was free over here, you turned it into what? You got police and cameras and concrete everywhere, cars polluting everything, man. You got, look, turn around real quick. Look at the sky, man. When was the last time you, in America, or Babylon the Great, you seen a blue sky? This is one thing that I'd be depressed about on a daily basis. Like, yo, dog, like, the decision had to play this through my mind. I'm like, yo, dog, we don't even see blue skies no more. Like, that's some real reality type of shit. It's like, it's beyond the chemtrails now. Like, did you see that chemtrail art? Did you see that? Like, motherfucker, do you realize you don't see no blueness in the sky no more?
You don't even see honeybees.
You don't see honeybees. Like, that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember growing up seeing the bumblebees and stuff like that, catching the bumblebees. You don't see a lot of that shit no more, man.
And what Einstein said about bumblebees?
Hey, when you get rid of the bees, man, they don't.
They say human life after wouldn't live, you know, too much long after.
Populate
so even just that little point right shows you why this man has to go. You know, with the honeybee going, that means the whole race of the, you know, every living thing is in danger because because Mosai has everything done in order. He takes something that
system.
Exactly. And this white so-called white man, he's fucking everything up.
Right. Speaking of the bees, the kids movies came out with that, the life of the bees or whatever, whatnot. They show you that in that simple ass kiddie movie. So if I know a lot of kids like, look, we can't get rid of the bees. Come on, these are little kids, but look at Esau. All right, he can get it because why? He a reprobate, man. This is what he was designed to do, man. To bring death and destruction on the planet Earth, man. He was created to be the devil. So when you look around and be like, well, who's the devil on the planet Earth? Who will be doing all these different things? The so-called white man was created to play this here role. To sit here and destroy everything on the planet Earth, man. When you look around the whole planet Earth, and you look at all the different nations on the planet Earth is all in turmoil because of what? The same thing. It's the same one person's military that's raping and robbing and murdering all the other nations on the planet Earth. All right? And you haven't seen in your lifetime and nobody's lifetime that you know of a Chinese military going and plundering another nation like that, subjugating other people like that. You haven't heard of the Arabs doing no shit like that, man. The Arabs don't even got no real militaries and shit like that. The only militaries that the Arabs got is the ones that Esau is propping up. Saudi Arabia. All right, the only Arab militaries that they got over there is the ones that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is using for his own agenda. All right, you see Iran and them. Iran got a military, but what? Iran ain't invaded nobody or attacked nobody. And what? Well, they attacked Iraq, but it was on a defensive scale. But they never invaded nobody for like the last 200 years. All right, in America, what was it? 290 something years. Out of 290 something years, y'all been at war like 200. Like the majority of the time you've been here, man. I think it's only been 12 years in your whole existence you have not been at war. All right, that's some crazy shit, man. All right, but that's the so-called white man. This is what the so-called white man does. This is his role to play on the planet Earth, man. He was created to be the damn devil, man. And the reason that, and the fact that people sitting over here walking around defending him, like, why y'all always got to say that? Why y'all got to do this and that? That proves that he the damn devil, because anybody in their right mind would be like, yo, bro, well, every time I look around, it is only your military that's causing all these other problems, all right? You can take the Israelites out of this. The Chinese man is still complaining about the same shit we complain about for the most part. The Arabs complain about the same shit that we complain about for the most part. The Russians, everybody internationally is complaining about the same thing we complain about for the most part. You rape, robbing, and murdering, and stealing, and dealing deceitfully with everybody else. All right, you lying about everything. All right, and this isn't something that just came up right now in this time frame. This is nothing because Donald Trump is in office. It's not nothing because you had Barack Obama. This goes back. Adolf Hitler was talking about this when he was alive. Telling somebody, look, this is gonna be the start of World War III. Y'all over here talking about y'all so this and that and good, but y'all got God's jewels, his children, in y'all possession. Y'all took them in captivity. All right. Other world leaders, Ahmadinejad from Iran back in the day said this. All right. Vladimir Putin said this. All right. So this is something that's going on around the whole world. But you know, we here to reveal that out to you. Who the so-called white man is? He's the devil, man. All right, and if you people don't realize that the devil is coming down at you with great wrath, this is what his whole systems and everything he got going on, his New World Order, the 5G, all this is to come and exterminate you, put you in captivity and exterminate you, all right?
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Go back to that Habakkuk real quick. Read 5 and jump down to 9. Well, just read 5 through 13. Hold that Psalms up.
All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and as death. He cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations.
Hey, there you go. He gathered unto himself all nations. All right. What nation on the planet Earth? All right. Look at all the countries on the planet Earth. What country has all the different nations inside of them? China. Now, all these different countries might have, you know, one or two, you know, just to say 1 or 2 different individuals from each country in their lands. You know, you might find some black people in China. You definitely will. You can find some white people over there, whatever, whatnot. But as a whole, in America, you have actual Vietnamese neighborhoods, Chinese neighborhoods, Japanese neighborhoods, Arab neighborhoods, Russian neighborhoods. You have Indian neighborhoods, East Indian neighborhoods, Hindu neighborhoods. All these here in America. All right. When you go over to China, it's very rare you're gonna find an Arab neighborhood, a whole African neighborhood, all these different nations in China. Same with in the Arab countries. You don't see that in Saudi Arabia. You don't see a big mass population of that's Chinatown over there in Saudi Arabia. All right, that's those East Indians over there in Saudi Arabia. No, it's only here in America that you see that. That's why they call it the so-called melting pot or the mixing pot here, where you have so-called all these different people here in America. Because why? The so-called white man gathered all people unto himself for what reason? Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab a quick precept. This is Genesis chapter, what is it? 9, 10. 1 second. Come on. This is Genesis chapter 11. Just getting to the point. Right here, Genesis 11:6, it says, and the Lord said, behold, this is talking about the Tower of Babel. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they all have one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them to do, which they have imagined to do. So the problem there was, it wasn't that they was all speaking the same language, like we all speaking English. They all speaking the same language on one accord, all right? So Esau Edom is doing the same thing nowadays with his so-called New World Order. All right, he wants to sit up on top of everybody else and have everybody under him. All right, gathering unto himself all people. All right, just like the problem with the Tower of Babel, you don't want everybody to have one language, one consent, unless it's YAHAWASHI on down, you know, in righteousness. All right, anything else other than that is gonna be in wickedness. How much more with Esau Edom being over top of the whole world? All right, as you can see as a preview now. All right, Esau Edom is on top, and you got homosexuality, LGBT, all this going on. Now you're spreading it all over the world, all right?
If you want to get that in Maccabees, where it said when they came into power, great evils. You know what I'm talking about? Great evils, yeah, great evils entered into the earth, man. All right, and it also said in Maccabees too that Antiochus, all right, which is also a Greek so-called white man, all right, he made a decree that all should leave their customs and leave their laws.
I got you.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, man. You know.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1. I'm gonna get to the evils was multiplied. Well, you still got that Job 9:24?
Yeah.
Run that Job 9:24 back one more time.
All right, this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Let me read. This is Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened. What happened? All right, the brother just read that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so it says Maccabees 1 and 1. And it happened after that, Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and the Mede, and reigned in his stead the first over Greece. Now let me jump over a little bit to verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years, then died, and his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils was multiplied in the earth. All right, so the border of wickedness. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and evils was multiplied in the earth. All right, these are the same people, man. These are these so-called white people, the Edomites, according to the scriptures. All right, you are the damn devil. All right, let me jump down to verse 41. First Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, the same one consent again. All right, the same thing the so-called white man has got popping off today. Verse 42, and every one shall leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed to the commandment of the king. Yea, many of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbaths. All right, so that's a mass conversion going on as well. All right, those are our people coming up under them as well. All right, you continue on.
And what's some of them things today? It ain't no differentiation between boys and girls. Yeah. All right, no gender neutral type shit. You know that's what we coming underneath. Everybody is one. Right. Yeah. You know, just
you have Moabites, so-called Chinese, in American 4th of July and stuff like that. You know, them basically, the New World Order, everybody trying to come together, being in one consent. Because why? Because they drunk in that cup that the so-called white man has passed out to everybody. They agree to everything he says. You know, it doesn't matter how wicked this man gets. You know, everybody always wants to be under some what's the word? Subjection to the so-called white man.
And another thing is shit, you talking about that, all these other nations drinking that their wine. Here's a prime example of how they drink that wine. So for instance, not going too far off topic, Venezuela, right? So try to figure out what's going on with the Venezuela deal. Well, it started out, you had puppets over there, all right, where America was taking the oil and stuff like that. Then, long story short, they kind of came up out of that situation. Then what? America goes over there, basically bankrupt them. You know, they put them in a bad position to what? Their government will have to have either one or two choices. Either A, look bad in front of the people, go bankrupt, like, we just ain't got it, and go into a collapse. Or, you know what I'm saying, we can strike a deal with the IMF, all right? All right, well, look, we'll come pay you out we'll get you out of debt. Same thing happened in Greece. Same thing I believe happened in Puerto Rico, like right after Greece. This was a couple years back. But nevertheless, they'll try to pay their way out. We'll get a loan, right? But just like the housing market, man. Yeah, we want everybody to have houses and everything like that. As soon as you get in and start making the payments, they up the rates on you. Then they wind up taking your house back. All right, now you got worse credit than what you started with, and all these different things. All right, this is that one the so-called white man's transgression with.
Hey, and also, just real quick, another thing too, the loans you said, they come in form of humanitarian aid.
Yeah,
right. That's the point I'm getting. That's the point I'm getting at. Yo, you coming in like, yo, we'll come in. We know your people starving. We know all these things going on. We'll give you money. You know what I'm saying? To get your people out of poverty. You know. But then what happens? The so-called white man will come over there and what? All right, since we gave you the money to build your infrastructure, nothing, he'll go in and build the infrastructure and he'll own it all.
Yeah. Slowly just try to take over.
Take over. Well, we gave you all this money to get you out of debt. You got to give us rights to the oil. All right? And that's another thing going into what they're doing over there with Venezuela right now. Same shit that they got going on, right? This Juan Guaido, this puppet that they trying to put up, you know, this is the situation. America's like, look, we're going to still put sanctions on Venezuela, right, with their oil, so that they can't get no money, because see, America want that oil. America's about to lose the petrodollar, all right? And America need that petrodollar to keep itself as one of the reasons to keep itself as number one. All right, you might think it's military and all this and snap, but you can't run the military without no money, no gas, none of that stuff. So he need the money, and we got his hand, and he touching every oil transaction that there is on the planet Earth. Yeah. So he getting money off of that. Now he's about to lose that with the petrodollar. Well, right over here on this same side of the globe, you got Venezuela, who's got the largest deposits of oil in the ground. Yeah. All right.
What does he start doing? Rubbing his hands like a fucking fly.
Right. He said, if I can't have a petrodollar, then I need to have the person with the biggest oil deal. Yeah. Well, he can't directly take that. So what homeboy's doing is like, look, they had the elections, All right, Maduro won the elections, but the only people who was saying that Guaido was the winner was America. Now America's urging all of the other European countries to acknowledge him. Like, wait a minute, if it was true, they would have just already acknowledged him. But you over here, look, man, you gotta go along with our lie, man. You gotta go along with our plan, man. You gotta go along with this and that. If you do, we'll give you some of the oil once we get it, right? Now this is the way they setting up Guaido or whatever his name is. It's like, look, the sanctions is still on Venezuela. Y'all can still sell y'all gas, but instead, when y'all, like, let's say Venezuela's selling gas to, like, let's just say Iran, which they not, or America. Let's say they selling oil to America, right? Or buying from America. Instead of it going back to Maduro, who is the head of Venezuela, the president, the money's being circulated into Guaido. So America's got it set up like we got our own puppet, and now we funding our own money, finances, and we didn't find a way to cut ourselves into there. Some of the people might be looking at that's not the know-how. Oh shit, well now Maduro's gone, we got this new guy America's backing up, but y'all, little do y'all know that this is that puppet to come down and take all y'all shit.
Yep.
That dude don't give a fuck about none of y'all Venezuelan people, man. This is a puppet made by America, man. Yep. If anything, come on, man, America ain't never had none of your interests at all. Why would they be backing anybody over there?
Hey, they the reason why you in a situation you in now.
To begin with.
You know?
You know what I'm saying?
Remember you were saying that at the house, you know, so here it is, a so-called white man, he's the one that's causing all this trouble, you know, starting all these fires, you know, he's the arsonist, right. And then he wants to act like he's the one coming all humble lowly, like he's the one trying to help, you know? Right. And then now secretly he's going to be him being
which
covetous.
is why we call you the devil.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, sneaky ass bastard, man. What was it? Habakkuk? Yeah. I'll just start back where I was at. It's Habakkuk 2 and 5.
Oh, real quick, the point we was making off of, because we went from there to
gathering all nations.
Gathering all nations in the Tower of Babel and Antiochus, right? So, long story short, just imagine the so-called white man, this is his plan, you know, he want to have his new world order, all right, one world government, all right? So imagine the so-called white man ruling over everybody. Everybody would obviously be homosexuals. It would be illegal for men to have sex with women and women to have sex with men, all right? The only legal sex that you would be able to have is with a sex doll, or men with men and women with women, all right? You wouldn't be reproducing. It would be like the Matrix. You'd be coming out of a little plug-in or whatever, whatnot. Look up Agenda 2045, man. That's all I got to say about that. Just look up Agenda 2045.
And that goes to that humanism agenda.
Transhumanism.
He wants everybody to be robots and stuff.
Right.
And that's his way of trying to become immortal.
Right.
He knows in his fleshly body he can't live forever, so he's carnal. So what does he want to do? He wants to take his consciousness, what he calls it, which is obviously the spirit, he wants to put that into a robot. And that's how he's going to get this blessing back.
And what the scripture tell you? No man have control over the spirit. God. You know, no man have power over the spirit. When the Lord want to call that spirit, you saw that with your boy, one of the Rothschilds. Oh yeah, the nigga had like 5 heart transplants.
Yeah, David Rock.
Yeah, he had like 5 heart transplants.
Devils hate that. You know why? Because they're so wise and they're so rich, but they still gotta breathe. They still gotta eat food to survive. They cannot. That's why they want to escape these bodies, because, you know, they know the Most High is in charge of that. They cannot, like you said, he has no charge of the spirit. He knows he has to die sometime soon. You know, that's why he wants to, you know, put his damn...
Hey, and plus, this is his kingdom.
Yeah, and he can't even enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it's his kingdom, so he's like, I don't want to leave, like, because he know once he come back, you know, that's it, you know?
It's like a little kid at McDonald's in the playpen, like, I don't want to leave, come on, 5 more minutes, you know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying myself right now.
He rebellious. He don't want to return back to the Most High, because he know when you die, you literally go back to the Most High, man. He knows that. You know, hey, you remember that one Edomite, what he said? He said, God is tricky. That dream he had, he said he likes certain people, and then he don't like certain people.
We ain't like,
you know, and we ain't like, and I wasn't liked up there. And the so-called white man knows that, man. You know? That what elites, elites know that.
I mean, they know who they are, the elites, they know who they are and what's going on because of what? Look at what is all this preparation for? Why do they need, what is the real reason for all this AI, all this technology they got going on, the microchip? What is the reason why they need this RFID chip for? Why do they need this? Just think about it. What is the importance? Like, let's take the scriptures away from all this. What is the point and purpose in Esau's mind to have all this? All right, to basically control and dominate you people, you Israelites mainly. It's only the Israelites, not mainly, but only the Israelites. All right. So when you think about this, it's like, all right, hold up. If we take, you know, the scriptures and all this truth out of it, homeboy's trying to eliminate a certain people, but then you have to ask yourself, why is he trying to eliminate these people? All right, because what? The scriptures say what? Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed him. He wants that birthright back. So it all goes back to this here scripture, man. He can't escape this. All right, so no matter how you want to look at it, oh, we all believe in the Bible. We'll take the Bible away. He's still trying to do all this to us, man. And you have to ask yourself why. All right, he want to live forever. He wants to live forever in this here kingdom. All right, he knows what's coming to pass. He know the Lord going to come back on these chariots. We're about to have spiritual power. That's why they try to create these super soldiers with this nanotechnology and nanobodies and stuff like that, man. All these different robots, DARPA and stuff like that. Why the hell you think he need all these types of weapons, man? They could have went to war with Russia and all them with just regular nuclear weapons. Why do they need these types of weapons? All right, you got to ask yourself, where would they actually put this in use and play it? All right, against the men of the Lord with spiritual power. So they already know, man.
Yeah, because the people believe it's just a black versus white thing. They don't understand how sinister and evil and wicked this man really is.
It's spiritual.
It's exactly.
Way spiritual.
Finish off in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Everybody want to come to America. You got everybody coming over to see San Francisco, go to San Francisco, to the bridge, and everybody wants to come over and sup with the so-called white man. You know, enjoy after what they call this is you know, the land with streets, what you say, the streets are paved with gold. You know, this is supposed to be that great and beautiful city. You know, and they come to find out, you know, this is not that spot. You know, that goes into when they start drinking the cup, and now they are mad.
Also, in that same we talking about a Revelation, they call Babylon the Great that
the golden city.
You know, that's what it is here in America, that golden city. All right,
and that's that deception. You're expecting it all to be extravagant and beautiful, but it's gilded. You know, it's fake, it's false. And I just, you know, that's that witchcraft. You know, that the so-called white man, that wicked energy is put on the whole face of the planet Earth, but everybody drunk.
Hey, going into that, really, hey, it's like you look around, you just like if you're an American, you looking here, a lot of people are deceived by the things going on. Why they got nice cars, this and that. You're not realizing that a lot of you people are like, I learned a lot of shit about Esau and Edom, like on just a regular level. Come to find out, like, wait a minute. So these motherfuckers ain't really paying as much as we think that they paying. You see them in these nice big houses, you think, and you go live right next door to them. Your rent or your mortgage is like $3,500, and you thinking your neighbor paying the same amount. Well, homeboy like, nah, shit, my shit's like $600. You're like, well, what the fuck is going on here?
Exactly.
Credit,
yeah, right. So we sitting here thinking here that, oh, they doing it a certain way. It's that illusion. But in reality, they got credit. They got these different programs to set them up to make it look, it's a facade for them. Make it look like they're in this glorious heaven. They ain't got no debt or this and that. You see all these young so-called Edomite white boys. Matter of fact, hold on. Can you look up something for me real quick? Donald Trump. No, not Donald Trump. What's his daughter's name? Ivanka Trump. Jared Kushner. Look up Jared Kushner's age real quick for me. Show you something real quick. Look up his age and his net worth. This shit'll blow your mind. His name Jared Kushner. Cause, you know, you got our people that sitting here looking at, you know, oh, we gotta work. You know, you hear so-called black people say, go to school, get a good education, work hard, and whatever, whatnot, and save up your money and whatever, whatnot. Exactly. But in reality, that's not how this shit goes.
That's not it, man.
That's not how it is, man. These Edomites, they first of all, they stole all this here land.
Exactly.
All right, and they had hundreds of years of slavery. All right, so what? You got free labor. If Walmart was open for 2 weeks and didn't have to pay nobody, think about how much profit that they would be making. Yeah. All right? Same thing with these people. Then they just started passing it down and passing it down, passing it down. You got that? It says the president's son-in-law estimated net worth is $300 million, right? Now, let me see his age. All right. 38 years old. There you go. Homeboy, 38 years old, worth, what is that, 100 million or something like that? 300 million, slack it. 300 million at 30-something years old, right? Homeboy, now I found out how old he was back, I think when he was like 27 years old, 28 years old. I'm like, God damn, homeboy got all this money at this young ass age. And you thinking, you know, when you see people like that, where they worked hard for that, this and that. Nah, they inherited all of that shit, man. He didn't really do much of nothing, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really do anything, you know what I'm saying? They just happened to be so-and-so, all right? But yet, our people sit here and look at these people like, oh, they done worked hard at this. It's a facade, man. They just handing down riches or whatever, whatnot. They ain't work for shit, man.
Passing down their substance to their babes.
Right. Just passing it on down because, hey, they think that their house is going to go on forever. So they just keep passing it down, passing it down, passing it down. All right? But we're not in no positions like that. Every time we get born, we have to start back over from fresh, you know? With nothing.
We're behind, like, how many, 300-some years? Because, again, we're talking going into slavery. You know, as you look at this today, we're way behind the ball as far as, you know, being established as a people, or, you know, us have a foot at all in the world. We have no place at all, no proper representation. We're all still under the same rulership, and it's by the so-called white man. Going 6. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Come. And so right now they have those G20 summits and all these different councils and everything like that. The Venezuelan situation is going on. The Middle East situation, the Syria shit that was going on. You got like Vladimir Putin and all these other nations like, man, what the fuck is wrong with these white people over here, man? All y'all do is go around and bombing every damn body on the planet Earth. They had an article a while back talking about Donald Trump drop a bomb every 12 minutes. All right, these other countries in the international setting, you know, they over here like, yo, man, what the fuck is wrong with this dude, man? All he do is rape, rob. It's so bad that his other Edomite comrades are saying the same shit. Like, yo, dog, we got. I mean, it's all prophecy. You know, the beast gonna hate the horde. But nevertheless, it's crazy seeing this shit happen. Like, yo, wait a minute. My homies that was with me while we was running through everybody else's shit now turning to me like, yo, dog, you got a robbing problem. But wasn't y'all motherfuckers robbing with me the whole time? Yeah, we was robbing with you, but goddamn, motherfucker, you robbing from, you know, you robbing from your own self now. All right, that's when you know you got a real problem. All right.
Yeah. It's like it's fun at the beginning, but then it's like,
damn,
yo, what the fuck was going on?
Yeah,
like,
chill,
relax,
B.
bro.
Chill. Like we see Jake in the hood, you know, y'all all rah, beat his ass. Now you got the dude on the ground. You stopped him out.
Yeah.
Hey, chill.
Yeah.
You doing
no
too
mercy.
much.
Exactly. No
They would
mercy.
show mercy, no mercy unto them that showed no mercy.
Right.
Man. You know, the scriptures say, if the gate, well, matter of fact, it's gonna tell you in Habakkuk, if the grape gatherers came, would they have left some grapes? You know, so you know, just want to say that.
Okay.
Esau just goes overboard, man. You know.
Continuing. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Look, he increases that which is not his. First of all, let's just talk about America, right? When he first got here, he started in one little spot, and then keep increasing to that what's not his.
Yeah.
From there, well, first of all, go back to, you know, the Edomites beforehand. They came over to America, got this. From America, they expanded out through all of America. Now they went back on the other side of the globe. Once they got the European counterparts, they trying to take the whole damn globe, man.
Hey, talking about they sold the Gadites a few beads and got like 3 states or some shit like that. Like they sold them beads.
Yeah.
Beads. Gadites made beads. So how the fuck you gonna sell somebody who make beads?
Hold on, I
for
keep talking about
3
the people
states?
who had the city El Dorado, the city of gold, Tenochtitlan down there in Mexico and stuff. You talking about people who had all gold everything, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You gonna get
sold them beads.
Get them some beads.
They sold
No,
them some
they
beads.
actually did some beads. They sold them beads. They sold them beads. They sold them like some glass little things or whatever. I think it was like little glass beads or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like blown glass or something.
Going off.
But come to think about it, like, yo, and when they was talking about, they found I can't think of what homeboy's name was. The Hispanic guy, the so-called Hispanic guy from back in the day. But homeboy was all decked out in all the gold, and I believe he said that the story of Hernando de Soto, one of those Edomites, was like, oh yeah, homeboy came over here, and he took his crown off and gave me his crown. So I thought that he wanted me to subjugate him. So I just enslaved every damn body. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, motherfucker, he came and gave you a peace gift, and you killed every goddamn body, man. All right, and you know what I'm saying? Just say was blasphemous.
And he did it all in the name of Jesus.
All in the name of Jesus. They came on the boat, sweet baby Jesus. You know what I'm saying? All these different things like that, and the cross and everything like that. Woe to him. Hey, he increasing that's what's not his, man. And when what was that devil's name? Hernando de Soto. It was either him or Cortez. One of these assholes came over here. They had their ships, burned the ships, and told they shipmen like, look, man, ships burned up. It's either get rich or die trying, man. Hey, we gonna have to make it over here. You know what I'm saying? But they knew. He was coming into power, man. And over where I live, there's a lot of shit named after these people. Hernando de Soto and Cortez and all that, man.
Yeah, Fort De Soto Beach here.
Fort De Soto Beach, De Soto Beach, Cortez Road, De Soto Speedway, all that shit. They got Cortez Elementary and all kind of shit named after these people, man. Where you so-called Native Americans got to go around and see these statues and all these different things like that, all right? But yet still, homeboy keep increasing that was not his, man. None of this was his to begin with, all right?
What's his name on it?
Put his name on every damn thing,
America.
America. Well, fuck that. What they call us what? African Americans, right? You can put both your names on us. That's why we say, yo, those are 2 white people names. You know, Leo Scipios Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci. Yeah. All right, both of those are so-called white man, and neither one of those was your land. You go just name it after yourself, you know?
Yeah, it's not a nationality. That's an actual name.
Right. Nevertheless, continue on.
All right. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And clay meaning debts. You know, this talk of white man, he has a lot of debt to pay. And he holds himself not guilty. He'll never admit he's the devil the Bible speaks of. And he knows with his track record, it proves nothing less that he is the devil. But, you know, the wicked go straight from the womb. They be born speaking lies. He can't tell the truth if he wanted to.
Hey, you said, read that again about the thick clay?
And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, you talking about all the debt that he got, right? And you got some countries that's like dead ass broke, right? Like, I think Puerto Rico's still dead ass broke. Where it was a couple years back where literally you could buy Puerto Rico, you could like pay off all their damn debt with like $12 billion. Like some shit that like Oprah and Bill Gates could have got together and bought Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? That's not even a lot of money in debt. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, that country was completely broke. Greece was another country like that, you know? I don't know how much debt Venezuela has, but these are another one of these so-called broke-ass countries that's like dead broke. You ain't got another dollar to borrow. But yet and still, America has way more debt than all these other countries combined, man. There's no other country on the planet Earth with as much debt.
Yeah.
What we got?
It's just
It's that clock.
okay.
And that shit is gonna keep going. And I don't even think that's a real clock because I think it's, let me see. Because they got that, no, that's not even the real number because it's like 200. You gotta scroll, it'll show you it's like 200 something. I mean, that's a, nah, it's bigger than that.
That right there?
No. It's like 200 something.
It's too many numbers.
Because a lot of these, they have factored in like, so there you go, right there.
That's it?
Yep, there you go. Oh, no.
Nah,
This one,
nah.
it's liabilities. Go, we have to add in the liabilities plus the other stuff. See how that's 100 in the hundreds of
Can't even
trillions.
say that damn number.
You see what I'm saying? So you got certain debts and you got certain promised debts. Like when the so-called old people retire and get Social Security, those debts ain't been added into there. So that's why we see at 20-something trillion.
And that's what they, yeah, like what you say, what they count. They don't count all the slaughter, the rape, rob, and murder they've been doing. They don't count that because that's corruption. They're not going to count that towards national debt. So that number is skewed. The number is, man, that's why I say the sins have gone out to the heavens. You know, what this man is in debt is far beyond. You can't even speak on. It's too much. That's why this man has to go. It says Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
That's what you see now.
Spoils.
Everybody else.
Spoils.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what you see right now. Everybody else is like, damn man, I'm tired of homeboy running my pocket and running my pocket. I ain't got shit else, man. You done took the lint out the bottom of my pocket. Hey man, we about to get together and we gonna rob this motherfucker, man. We ain't got shit else. We ain't got nothing else to lose. We might as well.
Yeah, Esau's the Debo of the world.
Debo of the world, exactly. And then, hey, you about to get that crack. You got knocked the fuck out. That's what, hey, Russia and all these other nations is doing. It's like, yo, if we allow homeboy to keep running in our pockets, we ain't gonna have shit else left, man. So we might as well try to band together now while we have a chance to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, take care of business.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and all that dwell therein.
Karma or payback is a bitch. You know, all the different things you reap what you sow, man. All the different things that you've been doing, rape, robbing, and murdering, and killing, all that's coming back onto your head, man. Because of why? Because it was written, yo. Like, what does it say? He that spilt the man's blood.
Yep. Numbers 33.
Yeah, let me grab that.
Yep. And it tell you all the riches in Job, all the riches that he shall gather up, he shall throw them up.
God, yeah.
You know?
Grab that
He
too.
should vomit them up.
Yeah, the water, vomit them up.
Keep on. Well, read that one more time.
God. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, for the violence of the land, and of the city, and all that dwell therein.
This is Job chapter 20, verse
Yes, well done.
yeah, start at verse 15. Oh shit, hold on. Yep. This is Job 20 and 15. It says, he has swallowed down riches, he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. So he's swallowing down these riches, all these resources on the planet Earth. Alright? He shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away a house which he buildeth not. So basically, like,
Yeah,
hey,
violently taking away a house which he buildeth not.
and it's going to further go into that, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you got to, your restitution, like you go to court, you wind up doing something, stealing something, they're like, well, what's the restitution? You wind up having to pay back that what you owed, you know? You just stole $50 or whatever, what, now you got to pay restitution back to the state, you know? You got to, you know, pay your dues back, more or less to say.
Esau attacks you, they're the usury.
Yeah, hey, that's the damn devil. You know what I'm saying? But see you on that?
Okay. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil conscience to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Hang on. You want to restart that?
No, that's good. I'll
read again. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil consciousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul.
So basically what it's saying is like, yo, woe to him that I give you an analogy, right? Let's say you know, you living with your parents go to work, they do, you know, what they got to do to keep food on the table, whatever, whatnot. They so-called good parents trying to raise you the right way. But you want to go out there in the street and start selling drugs, right? Now, all of a sudden, the police can kick in your mama's door, repossess the house and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? The Most High saying, woe to that wicked being who then got somebody else basically fucked up for the shit that you was doing, you know? But nevertheless, it's talking about the so-called Edomites, all right? Because look, you're right. You are the Edomites, so-called white man. So some of you so-called white people will be going around like, well, that wasn't me, that was my forefathers, that was this, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. Well, true enough, some of that was your forefathers. You know, it might have been a different person. It might not have been you, but you guilty by association. All right, it's just like you know, the Crips or the Bloods going to go do something. You know, if I'm walking around wearing some red and I go do something like, oh, the Bloods did that. All right, you putting that reproach on your whole so-called group or organization. So-called white man, the elites, you so-called white people wind up doing all these atrocities to the Israelites. All right, but what? All you Edomites is gonna wind up catching this in judgment. All right, you could have been a Joe Schmo, regular ass Edomite, never did nothing in your life, but you gonna catch the same charge as the rest of these damn Edomites. All right, you just as guilty as the Rothschilds, man. All right, read that one more time.
Accessory to murder.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. You guilty by association. You should have been in the car with them.
People are accessory to murder, man. It's robbery.
And even going into, you know, setting their nests on high, the perfect example is, again, the so-called Native Americans. Here it is, you know, they slaughtered, you know, however many, it was 70 million of the so-called Native Americans. And they come here on this soil and they build up their enterprise. You know, they built this land of blood and wickedness, rape, robbing.
Empire State.
And they set their nests on high. Here, you know, this land which now belonged to them, now they're, you know, so-called greatest nation on earth, which is all gained through by wicked and covetous deceit.
Read that. No, read that. Sorry,
yeah. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil conscience to his house.
Covetousness?
Yeah, covetousness.
Covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Now I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Hey, they go back to the slave market, man. Hey, because empire, like you said, Esau built that empire off of free labor, and also off the subjugating and slaughtering so-called Native Americans. So when you had the Empire State, that's where they first started selling slaves, man. Because that was the first stock exchange. The first stock exchange was actually us. And I remember something the brother Kanakala said before. He said the best natural resources that any nation can have is people. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Psalms 2.
Yep.
You know,
asking me, and I shall give you the heathens for thy inheritance.
Yeah. I had a so-called white man. He actually broke down some truth to me one day. He said, you know what? I can give you niggas all the money I got in the whole world. There's only one thing you niggas can do with that money.
Give it
right back to me.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But with that money, he using you to go plow the fields and go get the oil, get the diamonds and all that. The so-called white man don't want oil, diamonds, and all that shit. He wants your ass.
That's real. And you know what? A president, I heard Chris Rock say this in the stand-up. Chris Rock said, no white man on earth would ever want to be me. And I'm rich.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Because he said, president said, because if you can convince any white man, even the poorest white man on earth, that he is above you niggas, he will not only give me all this money, but he will show me where to go get the rest of it. Right. You know?
Right.
So, hey, it doesn't matter.
That's just the scenario that we in, man.
Same thing with Donald Sterling. What Donald Sterling told them Clippers, I give you houses, I give you food, I give you a job, a place to stay. But guess what, though? Even though you can give me all of that, I can still fuck your bitch. You see what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I ain't putting it in layman terms, man. But they covet what we have, that inheritance, that spirit, man. Everything.
go back to Psalm 73. I can go real quick. This is Psalm chapter 73, verse, I'm going to start at 1. Truly, God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. All right, and who's the wicked? Going back to Malachi, the first chapter. All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He was envy at the prosperity of the wicked. As all the prophets said, Lord, if thou hast accounted these nations as nothing, how have they become lords over us, man? How long shall this happen? How long shall we endure this? So David said, I envy the prosperity of the wicked, man. All right, because we look around the so-called white man. You know, like I made a video recently. We still ain't home yet. Right. Yeah, Israel, we coming back up into power. We know who we are with Israel. But at the end of the day, who got the money still? The so-called white man. Who's still in power still? The so-called white man. All right? Who driving the nicest cars and got all, you know, the so-called white man. Who still owns the infrastructure? The so-called white man. All right? And brother said earlier today, he said, you got a bench, like Kanye said, you still a nigga in the bench.
Even though you in the bench, you still a nigga in the coop.
Yeah,
it does not matter. And I was even saying this earlier too, man, on my feed, man. Listen, Floyd he worth over $500 million, man. $500 million. But when he got locked up, that money couldn't do shit for him. Cause it's not what you know, it's who you know. Oh, you know you got all that money, but that money couldn't move you up out of that cell. You know?
Shit, not even just that. He be riding around and hit whatever nice car he want, with them red and blue lights get behind him, he turn right back to a nigga.
Still got,
still a nigga. No matter how much money you got or whatever, whatnot, hey, you still, hey, at the end of the day, you know, you still an Israelite in the Edomite kingdom. Put it that way.
Oh, I got a precept for that. That's beautiful. I'm glad you said that. Proverbs 3:31. It says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways, because what you just said, we're Israelite in the Edomite kingdom. That's right. That's why they have the cars. Right. That's why they have the Lear jets. That's why they got private islands. That's why they can have any woman, even our women, because this is their kingdom. The Lord has given them that. He has given them that what's the one? He's giving them
space to move,
the superiority over everything on earth.
And that's his blessing.
Exactly.
It's the fatness of the earth.
Why envy your oppressor, man? He has the fatness of the earth, and he lived by the sword. That was his blessing.
And he got a short time. And then really going back to not envying our oppressor and things like that. Homeboy got a small amount of time, man. Yeah. And he ruling in his kingdom, like, you know, they gotta have gasoline for their vehicles and shit like that. You know, they still gotta eat and all that, like, get energy, man. We about to have
unlimited.
Huh?
Nothing is unlimited.
Right. Well, they got limited resources. Yeah. We got to be on a way higher level, man. So why would you want certain things in this here this fake ass false facade, man? You know what I'm saying? You got all this type of money, but you can't really do it how you want to do it. Can't spend it how you want to spend it. Can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go. I seen some shit the other day. I don't know who this guy was, but some dude in the hood or whatever, whatnot, spent $250,000 in a strip club, right? 250. This motherfucker had a Brinks truck. Went to the strip club with $250,000 in
Brinks truck?
Like a Brinks truck, like a goddamn.
I know what you talking
about,
bro. I know what you talking about, bro.
Yeah. So homeboy went and did that, right? Esau don't have no problem. I don't know nothing about this dude, so I don't know how he got his money, whether he's a drug dealer or whatever the fuck he doing. But Esau has no problem with you doing that shit, right? Let me see you gonna take $10,000 out your bank and go try to go buy some property or some shit for your family.
Or start a charter school.
Or start a school or business for yourself. See it on the white man. You can't do that with your money. Can't do that with your $10,000. But you can go take $250,000 to the strip club.
Exactly, because Oprah got all that money. You see, Oprah took her ass to Africa to help nobody. They won't let Oprah spend that money here.
In Chicago, where she from?
In Chicago.
And Barack Obama from Chicago. They can't help the people out there, but they can go to Africa, you know?
Yeah, you take your ass over there. Oh, and also an article just came out where you had the prime minister or the leaders of Africa saying that they're sorry for their participation in the Atlantic slave trade. Right. So Esau, so what's your excuse now by saying that our own people sold us into slavery?
Right.
All right. Even though brother went in on that, you know, some of our people do. They did do that, you know, going back to Joseph, Joseph and everything. But still, predominantly it was Esau and Ham. You know.
Got you. Back, because he said he got something after this. 73 and 4. Psalm 73 and 4. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. And the so-called white man's strength is firm, man.
Passing it down,
All right.
family heritage. You know? They just keep going.
Yeah.
It says, they are not in trouble as other men.
Yeah.
Neither are they plagued like other men.
Prime example, you got Kevinoff and Bill, what's his name? Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby and Kevinoff, right? Basically, they was accused of, in layman's terms, the same thing, right? But what? Bill Cosby in jail, and old boy, what's his name? Kevinoff. He not in jail, right? He not in jail. But and they said that Bill Cosby was drugging and raping bitches, right? But
No evidence.
yeah, but when you go
evidence.
see his thing, I think is locked up for aggravated assault. Whereas Kevinoff, actually, him and some other people gang raped some chicks. They would drug them and gang raped them in college. Like, and he got like they found out about this shit and everything. But yet, nah, he not in, like the scripture say, he's not in trouble like other men.
Yeah.
All right, they don't have the
All
same thing.
countless That's been
The popes.
sodomizing little boys.
Yeah, you have what's the boy named Trayvon Martin went and bought some Skittles in the Arizona tea in his own neighborhood, getting chased by Zimmerman or whatever, whatnot, get gunned down. Everybody think he a problem, or the other boy was shot for the tobacco, the swishers or whatever. What's the other boy name? Not Trayvon.
Mike Brown?
Mike Brown, right?
Right.
Talk about those situations, but then
Tamir Rice, all of them.
Tamir Rice, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the little white boy who up in the church, right? Or they go bring him to Burger King.
Yeah.
Bubbles and Burger King.
Yeah.
You can have it your way, buddy.
Yeah.
Put him in the bulletproof vest.
Yeah, but
To
protect him.
Yeah.
To protect him. And he's a threat. He the one going around killing everybody else, but he's a threat and he's protected.
Jake in the car with his 4-year-old daughter in the back seat, and they let loose in the car.
Yep.
And one of the bullets could have hit her.
Right.
But you got to eat them like shooting out with the police, and they're,
Right.
and they're actually trying to compromise.
Yeah.
Listen, put the gun
the gun
down.
down.
Think about your family.
Like,
Come on.
yeah, I've
Really?
been shot.
I've been hit. Don't shoot him.
Yeah.
Don't shoot him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Like officer down, like stop shooting for a minute, let's get the cop back. And nah, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get a negotiator.
Yeah.
Robbing Family Dollar though.
Yeah, that's nothing negotiation. They negotiate with these Edomites.
Yeah.
2 days on in, they still negotiate. Man, it be Jacob in there like there was a so-called black dude was on the run. They're like, oh, he in the house? Fuck it, burn the motherfucker down. Burn him down in the house.
Oh, something Dorner.
Yep.
His daughter, sister for
yep,
Dorner.
yep.
And you know what? He was ex-military, and he
Right.
was working the police system, but he
Right.
was trying to expose all the wickedness that was doing.
Right.
So then you know what they did? They looked at him as they looked at him as a pariah,
Right.
an outcast,
An enemy.
and they claim he went rogue.
I know what you're talking about because when they said burn it, the police officer when he had to speak to the press, so to say, he said and in the video where you heard him say burn it, those smoke bombs we use, they're called burners. You know, so he like, you know, they try to
Cover
they
it
try
up.
to cover it up. Like, no man, y'all burn that, y'all didn't get us negotiate with this man, nothing. Y'all just straight burn the house down with him in it, man. You know?
Boston bomber and all that. Same thing with that. It was like, oh, we found him inside a boat and we just shot him all up because we wanted to have a shootout with us. Like, if he was in the boat, how he see y'all outside the boat? You know what I'm saying? And the other boy y'all caught up, how his tongue all of a sudden he can't speak now?
He got shot in the throat.
Yeah, he can't even
So
speak now.
conveniently.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, this ain't the same shit.
But you know what? It's individuals like that of our people, and I'm not condoning their actions, but like Christopher Dorner and the DC sniper, that one dude and his son.
Yep.
Hey, listen, they will not make documentaries on them. They won't praise them, so to say, as they would with what's his name? The one crazy killer, Jeffrey
Bundy.
Bundy. Your boy Bundy or whatever his name is.
Oh,
Ted
Ted
Bundy. Yeah, it was Ted Bundy. Yeah, Ted Bundy. And then just like Charles Manson, they made documentaries on him every 2 years and everything.
Right.
But come on, I mean, here it is. These individuals was Jakes. Meticulously had your people doing this, walking around afraid to go to the laundromat.
Yeah. That shit
In the
was
trunk of a car.
Yeah. And that shit was in DC. You had motherfuckers in other states like,
Shit, he might be over here.
hey, boss, I can't come in today, man. Y'all gotta
Hey,
snipe out there.
man, Jake was across the street with a scope.
Yeah.
Dumpy.
Out the trunk, out the trunk of a heavy Chevy though.
Heavy.
Jake on their ass. Hey, but look, that's to go to show our people, man. The Lord said, wait until I rise you up to the
That's right,
spring.
brother,
Because
that's right.
he was somewhat in the right spirit because he knew that who his enemy was, but he went in at the wrong time. So we not condoning no shit like that.
we
But
ain't
hey,
condoning it, yeah.
that shit was crazy.
God, I'm reading again. It says, they are not in trouble, Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men,
Go right into
neither are they plagued like other men.
Yeah, because the curses are not on them. You know, they can do what they want and get away with it because they're in their blessing.
They still got in a power
Exactly.
seat, man. They have
And it's not that people don't have money. You know, Jake has money. You know, this kingdom is made for many, but Esau Edom, he gets away with what he's doing, and because he's not plagued.
That's beautiful what you said, because they say money is power, but to us, money is power, but it's not power if you can't dictate what you can do with your money. That's the difference with us. You can't dictate what you can do. You ain't got no power.
Because you know, in the car world, certain Ferraris and high class supercars, you gotta be invited to even be there to even purchase the car. Like Ferrari, certain like special edition Ferraris. Floyd Mayweather just can't come there. He can have 10, 30, 100, $50 million and say I want to purchase a Ferrari. He has to be invited. To purchase.
You're right. Like Bugatti will probably make like 20 certain type of Bugattis a year. You can't just walk in there and do Floyd Mayweather. No, actually these are already reserved.
Exactly.
They been reserved for they was even put in production.
It's an inside thing.
It's an inside thing.
Nigga, you not invited.
No, nigga, you ain't invited.
Yeah, I don't care how much money you got.
Your money's no good here. Go to the back of the store.
Yeah. Damn. Go get one of them used Bugattis.
Exactly. Show me the car facts. You better get your
from 2005.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
It says
Hey, well, hold on. You talking about read that neither they in trouble?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
And so that should be a warning to you, Jake. All right, when you see so-called white man not to do a lot of the different things that they be doing. All right, at least because you see them doing certain things like the pork, right? So-called white men be eating pork like crazy, right? But they not a plague like how we are with the diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that, because it wasn't given unto them. All right, it was given unto us. Then you see them doing all kind of crazy shit, man. Like man, just all kind of crazy shit.
But brother, we high end. That's why. But see, like you always say, when if you drive a Ferrari or like a Bugatti or Lamborghini, you're not finna pull up the Shell station and put you regular in that bitch.
87.
You finna put that high octane, and then you go put some high octane boost in there. Elite. That's what we are. So you can't just put regular gas in us. So we can't just eat everything. You know, we premium.
And that goes into us not joining into this hand of this reward, the wicked reward.
Right.
You know, because it's not for us.
It's a time.
It's not.
Most High has a time that this man cannot pass. So he's fulfilling prophecy. He can do all these He can do all these things right now. But there's coming a time when he ain't gonna be able to. He ain't gonna be able to do this. The scripture says he shall be chased away.
Like a dream.
You know, it's gonna come a certain time in the kingdom where it's gonna be like them who was an Edomite. But he has a time to fulfill these. He has a time to fulfill these things.
Because basically, this kingdom right here for Esau is like his last will. You know, when you're put on death row and you're about to die, what they ask you? What is your last meal? This is so-called white man's last meal.
Which is
his kingdom.
The New World Order.
Yes, which he's not going to be fulfilled.
But that's what he desired.
Exactly.
Well, I see. Well, that's hard. I'll see if I can go make it up. But I doubt, I doubt, it's going to be made. You know,
we got scriptures to back it up.
It says, therefore, Psalm 73 and 6. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, and that's why he's so proud. Look, I can get away with this. I can do this shit, and you niggas can't.
He knows it.
And he knows that, so he's prideful.
Hey, real quick, because that brought back to my mind. I don't want to go on to that topic, but look, I did a video on this shit the other day about sexual perversion. All that shit is for the Edomites, man. Don't be following after them and doing that stupid shit, homosexuality and shit like that, man. That's not for us, man. If homo want to do that shit, that's him. I'll give you the kindergarten example. If Johnny go jump off a bridge, are you gonna go jump off a bridge too? Hell no. Alright, these Edomites over here sleeping with animals and shit, doing whatever the fuck they want to go do, being homosexuals and stuff like that, but you got our people following right behind them.
But Esau trying to justify that shit. Oh, you can fly.
Yeah. That's, hey, fuck it. If he can fly, not me.
Oh, you know, a man's G-spot is in his rectum.
See what I mean?
What?
But see,
that ain't scriptural, man.
But see how people be sitting over here following them. That's what they be doing. Like I heard some shit in some songs.
And all Esau got to say is science.
Yeah.
Scientifically. And Jake, it's scientifically that it is.
Scientifically, it is there.
I
had a little shower her finger. No way.
When that rich man speaks, when the rich man speaks, everybody listens. The so-called white man, he's in the power seat. So everybody's, they want all ears for the so-called white man.
Yeah. They super cuts, haircut and shit. Fantastic sale.
That go right back to witchcraft, man. Having the power of sorcery, having the power to commune with these evil spirits, to bring forth these such acts, man, upon Israel, man. That's how they still in power, you know.
Yeah, but our people just don't need to be following these damn people, man. And all the things we do, man. Oh, the white man eat pork. How come I can't eat pork?
Jeremiah 10.
Oh, follow.
Learn not the ways of
Learn not the way to eat this, man.
That's spiritual though, but we still in Egypt, right? And right now we are spiritually on the process of it. We are right now spiritually in our Exodus.
Right.
We spiritually in our Exodus. Our people like, man, we don't want to leave Egypt. What we gonna do? How we gonna eat?
We want that
How
fish
we
that they
gonna?
had.
Yeah, see, they don't trust in the Lord, man.
Right.
This time the Lord ain't gonna save all of Israel up out of Egypt. 2/3 gonna have to stay here and die, and they ain't gonna change, man.
It says, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment.
Hey, we was
Going
reading
back to
earlier.
the violence.
We was reading earlier. Death and hell follow. That's all homeboy got. Go ahead.
Calm,
Oh, go ahead.
This is Job. That's on deck, the spirit. This is Job 21 verse 7. It says, wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes.
What does that mean? That means they didn't have their children sold in slavery. So they got so little Johnny always had his father and mother around. Go ahead up.
It says, verse 9, their houses are safe from fear.
Yep.
Neither is the rod of the Most High upon them.
Gated communities and everything. They have their own police. They have their own police personnel, security, and their own premises and everything.
Hey, to tell you something about the so-called white man neighborhood, they don't ever have, they don't lock their damn doors. They don't lock the doors, the garage door be all open. Ferrari outside, top down, keys in ignition. Like, hey, no lie, man. Out there, kind of like south from here, there's a place called Sarasota, man. There's a little circle, St. Armand
Bradenton Parish, all that.
Yeah, St. Armand Circle. You can literally walk around the damn circle. Ferraris, drop top, keys in ignition. Motherfuckers is not touching that. But
Go
ahead, brother.
Job chapter 21, verse 9. Their houses are safe from fear. Neither is the rod of YAHAWASHI upon them.
Right. When you think about a rod, that's something that you use for punishment.
That's right. Chastisement.
Right. When you think about all these things, it's just like what the scripture saying. Ecclesiastes 8:11.
Spare the rod.
Evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of men are fully set in them to evil.
Right. So when you go back centuries and centuries and centuries on about what they did to our people, says, hey, because of the Most High, they take the Lord's mercy for granted. Mercy and long suffering, they take it for granted. You know, people say, you take my kindness for granted. So you've done all this wickedness and you haven't been punished yet. That's the Lord's mercy. But what it says in Isaiah 26:10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet shall I not understand righteousness in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You still get slaves to the
Hey,
kingdom.
so beautiful through the spirit. That's why the scripture say in the book of 1 Peter, the 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, it says the heavens that are right now are restored unto fire. Because what? Malachi the 4th chapter says what? There cometh the day that shall burn as an oven.
And the wicked
and the proud shall be what? Stubble.
Stubble,
That's
man.
right,
and
man.
stubble is something you throw into a fire to keep it burning.
That's right.
So people gonna be stubble.
And going right back to that reserved fire, that's gonna be that judgment.
Right.
Going back to Ecclesiastes 8, that's that sentence. The Lord is so patient in his judgment.
Because the Most High, he's not going to acquit the wicked.
No.
And
the Lord is a man. He said that all things must be fulfilled.
That's right.
Hey, so them nuclear warheads gonna hit America. It's gonna be burnt up, man.
Sweet with the besom of destruction. That's right, man.
Sweet.
Hey,
Waste is to destroy.
Y'all was just dropping all these precepts with it. We was reading that right before y'all got here about the Job, and then we ended off basically about him filling his belly, and he gonna rain it on him that bow still. So just full circle, all the way back on around, man.
Yep.
I mean, through the spirit, that's what we was actually talking about right before y'all got here.
That's right. Because the Most High finna show you who the real Archman is, man.
Right.
When he starts shooting these arrows from one continent to another continent, and they being made right before. You can't stop a hypersonic missile, man. They're being made right in your face, my man. So, hey, you got to drink of that cup, man. According to Jeremiah 23.
That's the unblockable punch. You cannot block and weave this thing that's coming on.
And that's that George Foreman.
Yeah, you're not. Hey, man.
That George Foreman.
Sluggers.
Blocking them messages,
man. Job 21 verse 10. Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel in heart and rejoice at the sound of the organ.
And that's the spirit. And it said, what part it said about the children's dance?
It says, verse 11, they send forth their little ones like a flock,
right?
And their children dance.
Now, what happened in D.C.? You had all them Edomites, they were all flocked together, and they was there doing what? Because Jake was there, wounded, hurt, preaching the word. And what they were doing what they were doing after Gad was hitting their drum? They started dancing. Yeah. them, man.
That's right. That's right.
And them, you know, that's them. You know, their inheritance. You know.
Rejoice, O daughter, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, the substance being passed on to their babes. You know, they bear, you know, the fruit. You know, the offspring.
Yep.
You know, all the slave masters that had us in subjection, still to this day, they're still what? They're benefiting from this leadership.
Hey, that's
go ahead.
No, that's what that Edomite said on that news with Jake when he was up there. He was like, "So do you think that our forefathers have to pay for what we?" Because he know that
he know that.
Yeah, he know that, man.
But
You wouldn't have that damn job if it wasn't for
exactly.
Isaiah 14:21.
That's right.
Prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquities of their forefathers, that they do not rise, neither fill the earth with cities anymore.
That's right.
That's why.
And that's being cut off forever, man. That's being exterminated. You know?
And then it says also in Sirach, you know, the children shall complain of ungodly father. They have to bear his.
You gonna have to.
You got to bear that.
Yep. Okay. And that's drinking that cup.
Exactly.
You gotta drink that cup. We drinking it, man.
Sorry.
Job chapter 21, verse 13. They spend their days in wealth, and it says mirth. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore, thus saith, they say unto YAHAWASHI, depart from us.
Read it one more time.
Yeah, come.
What is it?
It's some meat over here.
Yeah, go back to that one part about the mirth.
Job chapter 21, verse 13. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave.
Now you got an Edomite that passed away. He got over what, 100 million, 100 billion something dollars in bitcoins that nobody can get now. You had all that money, now you dead. You in the ground. Nobody can touch that money now.
That goes
Come on.
It's about vanity.
Ecclesiastes
You
5.
can't take it with you, man.
Exactly.
Yep. You got something, bro?
Also in the New Testament, I forget exactly where, but he was like, he said, "Thou fool, your life shall be required, you know, of you," because he's a man that had, you know, a lot of great riches and storehouses, man. All right, and he said, "Thou fool, hey, your life gonna be dead. So what? The riches profit not, man. In the day of wrath." You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know.
Yeah, and hey, no, that's beautiful because St. Matthew's, I think like 17:26 or 10:26, something like that. It says, "For what profit a man to gain the whole world?" You know, and you got a lot of people, you got a lot of Jake. You talk through the spirit. That's why a lot of Jake sell out because what they do when they sell out? Oh, I got this, I got that. Me.
That high climb, you know what happens? Comes to realization.
That steep downfall.
You know,
That was given to you, and I can take it from you.
That's right.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be there with content.
That's why this.
It's like I say, because gain is not godliness. You know, people think just because you have a nice car, you have all these, so to say, wealth, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. Because first it's wicked gain, you know, because how else are you gaining this wealth? By the backs of these so-called niggas, Latinos, Native Americans.
Yep. And then you got some of our people who are wolves in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, joining hand in hand.
TDs take your TD
snakes.
Take your dollar, TD snakes down. Cleflo, take your dollar, TD snakes. God damn. You make it holler for $1. And then next week you ask your brother, can I borrow? So you game all your goddamn money.
Spending millions of dollars, you know, from your pockets at the churches, and but we're the bad guys.
It was a spirit. I got a testimony from a guy named Prophet Manasseh. When I was young, I used to send money to him. You know, couldn't find out this man. He used to be like, "Oh, I know her on the third aisle, seat 43. What's your name? Sarah?" Couldn't find out. He'll have somebody in the congregation before it started.
That's some fake miracles.
And I used to follow that. I used to like give him money and send him money and all types of shit. But I was young. But I had that zeal.
Because they have ministers in there. They be like, hold on. So you sit right here.
Yeah.
Why she gotta sit right there? Everybody can sit where they want to sit there.
He's like, hold on, sister out there, C43 L 5. What's your name, Sarah? Oh, yeah.
I knew your name was Sarah. Yeah. I knew you was a princess.
She crying.
Yeah. See, they be doing some slick shit like that. They'll say this woman got, you know, this sickness. Put some more in the basket, you know, for the congregation so we can heal her. Shit like that. And they pocket all that.
Jay used to go in the closet, searching through the scriptures. Like, damn, where is this? Nowhere in the scriptures, man. You know, because that was just that was that divination, man. You know, that was that divine prosperity doctrine, man. Right? It was all vanity, man. It wasn't there, man. You know. All right, Job.
But it manifested somehow.
To come to fault that it was a lie. That's right.
That's right.
Job chapter 21, verse 14. Therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
So hey, all that Hebrew Israelite, all that Hebrew Israelite shit, I don't want to hear nothing about that. What he said, you black, I'm black. I don't want to hear about that, man.
Every time
you know,
nigga say that.
I don't want to hear. You know, that's what they say. Therefore, the ways of the Lord have they not sought. All right. They have not sought out the ways of the Lord. The scriptures say they seek not the Holy One of Israel and the Holy One and the just.
That's right.
All right.
Yep. Swear on the Bible, but what the scripture says in Psalms? What hast thou to do with my statutes? Seeing thy hated knowledge, man. You know?
And the Master tells you you're not supposed to be swearing by the Most High.
That's right.
So swear. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, make your point. So I was gonna go on that.
I was gonna say, because swear is making an oath, and you don't want to make an oath to the Most High that you cannot keep. Exactly. You know why we say Lord will.
Lord's will. And that's in the book of Lamentations too, man. We don't say our will, but the Lord's will. Lamentations 2nd chapter in the spirit.
Yeah, but going back to that precept that you was reading about, you're reading pretty much the upsides of these Edomites, right? They got these riches or whatever, whatnot. They're not in trouble like how we in trouble. They got this prosperity, whatever, whatnot. You know, we're not supposed to be envying of that.
Come on.
But when you look at that in Deuteronomy, it basically says, go back to about their houses being open, like it was like
here, how about you look real quick in the spirit?
Cause I want you did. You borrowed the precept. Cause you said that houses are their houses have not trouble. Cause and you start speaking about how they had their doors open, their garage doors open and unlocked, Ferrari tucked down.
Yeah, get 8.
I look like a red hot.
Job chapter 21 verse 8. Their seed is established in their sight with them.
Established. Keep going.
And their offspring before their eyes.
Keep going.
Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them.
So when you're looking at all these different things they're talking about, they're pretty much in a good state of being, you know? They relaxing or whatever, whatnot. The flip side of that, go to Deuteronomy 28, talking about you shouldn't have no assurance of life. You know, your life hanging in doubt, you know what I'm saying? It's the complete polar opposite, you know? We in our houses at night, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, so-called white people, they're not locking their doors in their house, their cars, their Ferraris. Jake could have a busted ass car that everybody in the hood, don't start up. You know what I'm saying? You need to jump start this and that. Car, man. And they still be breaking into that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They coming to your house knowing you ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? They still stealing your shit. You know what I'm saying? Just a check. Just a check. That's a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I remember shit. When I was a little kid, we used to have this kid who used to break in our house. This was in Atlanta. We used to have a kid breaking our house and steal our goddamn food, our snacks and shit, little Debbie snacks.
Damn, dog. You stole the honey buns?
Nah, I mean, they used to do that and play the video games and shit, but now I get
Damn, where y'all was? Sleep.
We was on the south side of Atlanta, though.
Stone Mountain?
Nah, the south side, over to College Park. College Park.
Oh, College Park?
College Park.
College Park.
Gobby Road and all that, you know, on the south side.
So they in your room playing your PlayStation, you know, your little Debbie snacks.
Well, we had Nintendos back then, but yeah, homeboys used to break in and play the Nintendo, eat the little Debbie snacks and stuff like that. When you get older, you realize, like, damn, motherfuckers could have been stealing some shit. This motherfucker coming to get some food and some entertainment.
Yeah.
We got a house, but we ain't really got shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You have enough. You content.
Yeah, so Jake over here trying to be like, yo, I just want to play the game and eat some snacks and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, man, that's sad. We ain't really got shit. The white people, man, they got shit. We're like, oh, shit, I got a Lamborghini somewhere? I didn't even know it. Fuck it, you can have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got shit to pass on. But
hey, Charles, I give you extra car.
Yeah. Oh, this is just my snow house, my house in a cabin, my house in the woods, whatever, whatnot, you know. Esau's got it, he living it up. But Jake, you know, we living in this dire straits, you know.
Curses, that's right. Job chapter 21 verse 14. Therefore they say unto YAHAWASHI, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit shall we have if we pray unto him?
That's beautiful. So they basically saying, what will profit us if we go and serve the Lord? And I was watching this the Korean movie, Japanese movie last night called Throne. And the king was so upset with his son was distributed to him. He said, studies. Study is a national policy. He said everybody must study. He said studies is what really makes a king. Because how can you run the country if you're not a wise individual? How can you run the people without wisdom? Why the Lord said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And then they say, me to serve the Lord, what would it profit me? Go ahead, Al.
But what Solomon asked,
I was just going to say that.
Knowledge, wisdom. Yeah, exactly.
So what? He can judge.
It's so great at people. Exactly. Exactly. Fine. It's beautiful.
And he said, because thou hast asked for these things, this one thing I will give you all that came with it.
It will come with it.
Because that was that seat of judgment. That's beautiful. Job chapter 21, verse 16. Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them?
Go back to that, what's his name? David Rockefeller, you know, heart transplants and stuff like that. Like, damn, this motherfucker's still alive and shit. Still alive, still kicking. Like, the Queen of England. You know how old this bitch is?
Bro, that bitch is like an old lizard, bro.
You see her be dancing and shit like that, man. You gonna find Jake about 35, 40 years old, but working in the factory. But hey, okay, I can't get up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, boy, I can't get up. Yeah, you know. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't get up. You know, bro, I can't get up.
Yeah.
Ankles fat, man. My corns, I gotta get my corns and shit all. But you got this old ass bitch, the Queen of England. She getting up dancing. She all shriveled up, but she still moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man. And she don't do no real exercise, don't do no real work,
no
nothing like that.
work at all.
None at all. She probably don't even wipe her own ass.
You know, because at the same time, what's the #1 killer of stress? Jake is constantly, being stressed out, constantly, you know, because that stress bring forth that weight gain. All right, the Queen of England. What do you think she worrying and stressing about?
Only stress is I hope I don't get bored.
You know?
What do I do next?
Yeah, because when you stress out, you release a chemical called cortisol, man. And that's how you gain a lot of weight. And a lot of people tend to eat. A lot of people, they eat as well to suppress the oppression. What happened when a woman break up with a dude? They sit up there eat a whole tub of ice cream, man. Yep. You know, because that food, it releases endorphins, man. Make you feel good.
Really eating, drinking, drugs, all that shit.
All that, yeah, you're right.
Walking around doing all that shit. They not doing that because you don't see no homeless people, no drunks, alcoholics walking around, crackheads walking around. No, I just want to be a crackhead. Edomites want to do some shit like that. You know, they come from rich families and shit and wind up
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I just want to be a heroin addict, basically. You know what I'm saying? But our people don't. We enter those positions by pretty much
by default. I'm gonna just say that because
by default, you know. You know, just being under the curses and the stress, we try to find a way out. Because what does the curses say? You're gonna live with no assurance of life and things like that. Curse when you come in, curse when you go out. Basically, you're gonna just have hell on earth.
Real talk,
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna need something to so-called alleviate that with. You know, you see people taking a drink. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just need a drink after this and that. You know. So you know what I mean? That's just that's just the scenario that we in. You know, the opposites from Esau and his kingdom versus us. You know. That's why it's hard for them to try to understand what it's like to be in our shoes, what it's like to do. Why can't they just do this to snake? Well, you don't know what it's like. First and foremost, you don't know what it's like growing up, seeing every image that you know look like a so-called white man.
That's right.
All right, when you got problems in your life because the so-called white man is oppressing you, and you crying and shitting you down on your knees in the middle of the night, and you praying to this motherfucker right here, so-called white man is oppressing me, I gotta pray to a motherfucker like this. Do you know what that do to you psychologically, man?
Damn, my oppressor is also my savior. I don't know what to do.
Nah, you don't even think that. That's how bugged out it is. It's like, oh Lord, I just need some help from the white man, the so-called white man. And you asking the white man, he the fucking devil, man.
Jake just said, you don't even think that. But we men in the Lord, so it's like our people are being oppressed by the same people that they praying to save them.
Right, and you going to the devil, bowing down, devil, please, I need some help. Like, yo, this is fucking retarded. But this is what the so-called white man has done to us, all right? Yo, he got us all in a fucked up spot, man.
And this is why
we call him the devil. Like, what was that comedian name? Like, here's your son. That's gonna be the new one. Like, yo, this is why we call you the devil, man. Not why we call you the devil. I'm gonna try to change. This is why you are the devil. It's not that we call you the devil that make you the devil. No, it's your actions, man. It's the shit that you've been doing. It's not because we call you the devil. It's because of the shit you did. All right, we just we just call a spade, man.
Your body of work says so.
Exactly.
All right. Hey, bro, like that's a new flavor of the week. This is why you are the devil.
That's it.
Keep putting that foul in there.
See, we can go all the way on that, all the way to we get to the kingdom. Shit.
And still be in the kingdom.
Yeah. Hey, this is another reason why this goddamn reprobate the devil. You know what I'm saying?
I heard like 99.9% of people in America have Teflon in their body.
Teflon, plastic,
that's
cardboard.
crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then, like the brother said, I posted up a video from RT. All right, and majority of all the juices. I know you worked at Minute Maid, what? Tropicana. But like those juices, Minute Maids, and you know, different kind of fruit juices like that. A lot of them have carcinogens in it as well.
So you better not smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
Drinking that. Right.
No, you worse off drinking that shit than the cigarettes. When you think about it, look how many people.
Why you being so anal,
No, I'm saying like,
so technical.
when you think about it, look how many other people been smoking cigarettes, right? You have people catching cancer, right?
Yeah.
But in this last so-called decade or so, when you got all these GMOs, it's like everybody dropping flies for cancer.
But there's people out here that have smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
They'll just started smoking cigarettes and they're probably like 12. But some of my people eating portions that came out the womb and they died before the person who was smoking cigarettes.
I was just about to say my grandma. My grandma had been in church since before I was born, right? She don't drink, she don't smoke, don't do none of that stuff, right? She eat not like she's supposed to eat. She eating pork and all that, but nevertheless, like how the hell you wind up getting cancer, right? My dad is the same way. Didn't smoke none of that stuff. Like, damn, you wind up catching this shit too? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not genetic or nothing like that. I'm like, you know, looking around, I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom and then like on my mom's side of the family, like all of them have been smoking since before I was born. I'm like, non-smokers versus smokers, and y'all tell me smoking give y'all cancer, but it's something else going on here because you wouldn't naturally get. We spoke about this earlier before y'all got here too. Like cancer is like you won't naturally get cancer.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it. Yep.
Yeah, you're not gonna naturally get cancer. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's induced into you. You see what I'm saying?
But listen though, just like they say that if you go to a drug, you gotta take a drug test to see if you have THC in your body. There's nobody on earth who can possibly pass a drug test if you got marijuana 100%, because your body naturally produces THC. Just like everybody have cancerous cells in their body, but those cancerous cells don't turn malignant, which can turn into a tumor, which mutates, which will have to be taken out of your body. So we all have cancerous cells in our body. It just hasn't been malignant. Go ahead.
Activated, so to say.
Activated.
Again, going back to the microwave, we used this analogy earlier. It's like you take a piece of meat, the piece of meat ain't gonna pop or nothing like that, but you put it in the microwave, or a hamster, you put the hamster in the microwave and the shit, turn it on, it's gonna explode.
Damn, what did you think about that hamster?
No,
I thought about that.
But that's what cancer is. You irradiating your cells and it's mutating. That's what it's doing. So if you want a visual representation of really what cancer is, like, yo, you put a piece of meat in the microwave and you'll see how it start popping and all that from the water and the oil molecules being excited. That's what's going on in your body. Your cell phone is microwaving your body at a smaller rate. The same shit. So like talking about some nasty analogy with the hamster in the microwave, but that's what they're doing to you in a bigger scale.
It's just radiation.
Same thing, like I brought out earlier, the anti-denial system, right? 5G, the anti-denial system is the same thing. If you take that big ass dish and you just sit there and concentrate on somebody and just bake their ass with it, it'll be like you put a hamster in the microwave.
The water molecules in your body will start to evaporate. In other words, you're gonna be cooked alive.
Same thing if you put a hamster in the microwave. That's why I use that analogy. Like, yo, so it's the same shit. You wouldn't naturally catch this shit unless you have something that's inducing it.
Something has to be induced in you.
Right.
I see why you said
that. So like a hamster gonna be a hamster all day long. But if you put him into the microwave and turn this motherfucker on, you gonna get some shit you ain't never seen before. You see what I'm saying? But naturally the hamster just not gonna do that shit. Same with human beings. It's like that's why you tell me well, we all got these inside of us and so on and so forth. Yeah, we all got regular cells, but once you start mutating these cells from certain stuff, from cell phones and stuff like that, that's when you start causing this shit.
Unnatural things.
I got a quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Now what you gonna say, Michael?
No, there's all these unnatural things. You know, the example we're talking about is foods. You know, you go to a counter, there's juices that got 0% juice. So what is that made of? You go to eat fruit, you know that they're not made by seeds. Yeah, they're made in the lab and stuff. Because these are unnatural things that don't belong in your body.
That's why I say artificial flavors.
That kind.
It's Isaiah 32:7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Wicked devices, Monsanto. See, cause our people can't go to Trader Joe's every day, especially if you're a single parent with 4 or 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And even Trader Joe's fucked up because you know what they can say? Okay, this is organic. But has it been genetically modified?
Or is a container that is in one of the preservatives? That's one of the other things learning in a fruit place like that. They can either genetically modify the seed, they can genetically modify the soil, they can genetically modify the water, like trails being poured down on that. And then you come back around into the casing. Like back in the days, you had these foods that last for a long time in the cans and canned goods. The preservative is in the inside of the can. Same with like your pill bottles. That's why you got brown pill bottles, brown beer bottles, brown tea things, because the sunlight affects it. So the container itself is preserving it, you know? But you wind up eating all that shit. That's why you got plastic and preservatives inside your body, man.
Trichol, sodium, phosphate, anti-caking agents and stuff.
Man, you got all kind of shit, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Hey,
Heavy metals.
And through the spirit, it's a miracle. It's a miracle for us to be alive right now, man. You know, when you really think about the conditions and the things that Jake has went through, the scripture say, "Is Israel a homeborn slave?" When you think about the shit that we went through to lead up to the captivity that we're in right now, it's a miracle for man to be alive right now, man. All right, and primarily the elect, and these why these things were created. They didn't create these things because scripture say he's wiser than Daniel. All right, so they didn't create these things so that it can just take over mass. No, they created these things so that we wouldn't get up, man. Right. So that we wouldn't get up and realize that this man was the devil and to call his bluff. All right, and to shorten the days. That's right, man. Because he knew that it was going to be that rock, all right, to overthrow that whole statue, man. All right, so he needed to get to that rock. All right, but what did YAHAWASHI say, man? He said, "Upon this rock will I build my church," man. All right, and that's great millstone, man. Primarily through the Spirit. All right, start with Elder Apostle Hart on down, and he knew that this day was coming. All right, so now is the time to be calling this man out, man. All right, this man has infiltrated your way, your habitation of living. All right. This man is killing you every day. You're getting lied to by television, all right? You live in a lie. Then when you get told the truth, you looking at the truth like it's a lie.
Yeah, that's that.
Your enemy.
Because I tell you the truth.
That's that saying.
That's right, man.
Truth is stranger than fiction. Yep, that's right. That's right.
You know, and now that the truth is flourishing, all right, you're gonna have a lot of people coming up in these times, man. All right, but the Lord has prepared men that we're gonna stand up for the truth. All right. And that's what's going on here, man. Okay, calling this man out for being a devil. Here it is. We got here it is. We are the biblical Israelites, man. All right, but all 12 tribes been conquered, man. All right, princes walking upon the ground as servants, man. All right, somebody got to pay for that, man. The scripture tell you in Second Maccabees, First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter, the 10th verse, man. All right, what nation have not had a hand in her captivity, man? Right. All right. We're coming into the times where everybody has to pay for what they have done to the children of Israel, man. It's biblical and it's prophecy and it's coming to pass. The Lord said, "In my wrath I smote thee." That's on us today. All right? But his mercy is on us right now as well, man.
Let me bring this out. And you can
no, it's just a spirit,
go right back because it's going to. This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 12. It says, "And he have confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as it had been done unto Jerusalem."
And that go right back to what we just said. What nation have not had a hand in her captivity, man? Yep. All right. Jake is dispersed. All right. The scripture say the whole head is sick, man. All right. The scripture say, why cry for the multitude of thy sins when thy healing is incurable, man? We can't be cured. The cure that we need is the wait on YAHAWASHI, okay? Who came 2,000 years ago. Ain't no way for Jake to get out of this, man.
YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Ain't no way for Jake to physically get out of this, man. That's why a standard needs to be lived. That's why spiritual intervention will happen, okay? Whether you want to believe that or not, okay? Through YAHAWASHI, that standard is going to be lifted, and this devil will be triumphed, man. All right, and so-called white man Esau, Edom, all right, and the whole nation of Edom, all along with all other 16 nations, is going into slavery under the children of Israel, man. Thus saith the Bible, man. All right, through the Spirit. You got something wrong?
No, I'm just see what spirit at. That's all.
Hey, and on that note, I mean, hey, we looking at the time now, talking about lifting up that standard. We really in that time now, especially after they put that shit on the news about us, man. Man, I noticed that like on my channel alone, my channel has been like subscribers. You got all kind of people coming in now talking about the truth and this and that, and there's all kind of different things. So what? These things are being pushed forward, man. I'm hearing more and more topics on so-called TV where they had to so-called acknowledge us now. Yep. They got some different TV shows and different things. Who are these people? Who are these people? Who are these people? Now it's in the forefront. Now it's hey, you gotta face it now. Are you getting to that point now to where you gotta deal with it, you know? And now you pretty much gotta how you say pay your bar tab now. You've been drinking so long on the backs of the Israelites, but now you gotta pay that tab.
And I wrote a check that your ass
can't cash.
That's right.
And that goes into Jacob holding on to Esau's heel. You know, he's on his heels. You know, he's getting backed up by this truth, that flood. And it's about to overpass him.
It's Zechariah 1 verse 15.
Spirit.
You had that?
Spirit.
Okay.
Spirit is so beautiful.
I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
That's right, man.
And why does the Lord very distort the heathen that are at ease, man? Look, like the brother quoted the scripture from the book of Maccabees, what nation has not taken part in her kingdom or gotten over spoiled? You know?
That goes in the song with that crafty counsel, so they should take us out as a people, as a nation. They all came together to take us out of power.
They benefit off of us, all right? The reason why the so-called East Indians, all right, and Ishmael, the Arabs, the reason why they can come over here, drive German-engineered cars, set up shop on your local convenience stores, and so on and so forth. Why? Because they're children of Israel, all right? All of them are at ease because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? So it says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, they helped forward the affliction. All right, so the Lord was just a little displeased with these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. But you know what? That's like you said, if you see somebody on the ground, they continuously beating them like, yo, hold on. You know, I'm chastening them, but why you even furthering the affliction? All right? It wasn't supposed to be like this. All right? But the heathen took it upon themselves to further the affliction.
That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about.
Okay, and it says, therefore thus said YAHAWASHI, the Heavenly Father, the one who you say God bless America, right? Therefore, let's see what the Most High said. Therefore, thus said the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. Right? So he said, y'all jack my people up. Especially you Judah. Alright? They made a straight mockery out of Judah, you so-called Negroes, alright, West Indians and Haitians. They brought you down to the low, man. In this time the worst thing to be is a nigga. Alright? They don't like you, but they want to be like you. Alright? But the Lord said, I will turn my mercies back onto Jerusalem. Come in, Judah. Come in, son.
All right, come on, man.
It's all right.
You won't punish me. Come on.
You know? Yeah. That's just the old Lord decided to do that.
Fervent love.
Exactly. Therefore, thus said the Lord, I return to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, said the Lord of hosts. And it, all right. So a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem, man. So the Lord said, with tender mercies will he hold his hand out, all right, and bring us back, man. Revelation 2:9 or 3:9. And they shall know that I have loved thee, man. And I will make them the synagogues of Satan, which they are. That line say, do to come down and worship thee, man. So they shall know I have loved thee, man. All right, because they got it all messed up because they look like them. These can't be the Lord's people. Look at the conditions they in. That's how they look at it. Now, y'all can't be the Most High's people. Why would he have his people in such a low state? Why would he? Why? Man, y'all niggas, man.
Not the Most High chose to form this world.
Exactly. But the thing is, the Most High, that the position we in, therefore shows we are.
Hey, from there, from east, what is it? East Coast Africa to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying there's a transport with the sub-Saharan slave trade from the East Coast to the West Coast, man.
So Ishmael?
Yeah, through Ishmael.
Yeah.
We went through it all, man. All these different, like the brother was saying, which nation didn't have a hand in our part, all right?
Hey, Con, and we was out there on the West Coast of Africa for like 1,600
What's up,
years,
brother?
man.
No, go ahead.
I was doing some research. It was like 1,300 or 1,600 years before we got so big. Because that's when we started to grow. We started growing over. Just like any time everywhere Israel went, we started growing over. Sculptures, all right. Jake was just selection. So then what? That's when they went to ratting us out, man. You know?
Look, Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Right? That's mercy. The Lord saying, look, I know how these other nations look at you, man. But the Lord said, I'm jealous for my people. So gather yourself together. Get your shit together. What's that?
That's what he's saying.
Getting right.
Get your shit together.
Gather yourself together because what I'm finna do to you, all right? I'm finna uplift you, man. So they shall know this is Yahshua. All right? That name for my name's sake, right? We are the children of the Most High, children of the people of Yahawah, Yahawah's people, right? So what? Gather yourself together, O gather yourself together, O nation not desired, man. You you undesirables. Because what? To these other nations, we're undesirable.
Bottom of the barrel.
All right? But gather yourself together. Don't worry about it. I got it. All right? It's like, hey, you know, like your pops coming to get you from home. Man, get on your shoes. Let's go, man. I'm finna take you out to have a good time, right? I'm gonna take you to the mall, buy you, you know, hey, we finna go have a, hey, when I come back, yeah, we finna go on a shopping spree or whatever. Get yourself together. That's AHBAD coming to get us, man. All right? And you, as so-called UFOs, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right? They shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, man. Like the Elder Gabar said a couple years ago, he said we came in with slave ships and we leaving on slave ships. All right? We're coming in, we're leaving with style, man. All right? Here on no cruise ship. All right? Cruise line, the Carnival cruise. We didn't come here on the Carnival cruise, man. All right? We came here in bad conditions, man. All right? So, reading on, it says, before the decree rang forth, before the days passed as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. So come, get yourself together. Because what I'm about to do, I'm about to unleash my anger, man. All right? I'm about to repay these nations back. And the scriptures say, all right, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So what? Get yourself together, because I'm going to bring a judgment upon the wicked.
And also,
come out of her.
Yeah, and also all they that devour thee.
Yeah, go ahead. No, talk. I'm talking. Man, I got it.
You know that?
Yeah, look at it. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be, it may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Man.
That's it.
All right?
In the day of the Lord's anger.
The common scourges, man.
Coming into his chambers.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that's the spirit.
I like that.
You got strong brother, that was heavy.
Hey, gather yourself together, O nation not desired, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know about to follow up on that.
I got something for it. That's beautiful.
I'm saying, it's like the Lord, look.
That's mercy.
I know how they look on y'all. But, hey, come on, man, let's go.
He said, gather yourself together, O nation not desired.
Not desired.
They don't care about you. They don't want you, but I do.
Exactly.
No matter how much no matter how much you despise me, no matter how much you hate your heritage, I still love. Hey, what's one boy said? Deep down inside, I still love you. That's the truth. I know people use it as a meme, but that's how the Lord truly feels. I love you that much, man. No matter how much you keep, because that was his father. You keep going that smoking dope or whatever. No matter what you keep doing, no matter how much you keep committing these sins, I still love you. So that's kind of deep though when you look at that.
That's like that harlot going back to Jeremiah.
Yep.
Thou hast had many lovers, but come back unto me.
That's right.
Hey, all these nations done so-called F you, right? They done got all they got. They got all they can get out of you, right? And say what nation has got of the spoils, the booty, the spoils, right?
That's right.
So all nations have so-called F the nation of Israel, but the Lord say, come on, I still want you. You know, you done played the harlot out there with many nations. They don't want you no more. They done use you for what they can use you for, but come back to me. All right?
Kind. Oh, this is Isaiah 54. Trust me, this one come in handy. Isaiah 54 and 6. It says, "For the Lord hath called thee as a woman forsaken, and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused, saith thy power. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee." Nobody tell you to gather yourselves together. Okay? Old nation not desired. Now how the Lord being gathered right now? By the words of YAHAWASHI. What YAHAWASHI said, my sheep hear my voice. And guess what we do? We following the shepherd. That's right. Who's the shepherd? The spirit. Yeah. YAHAWASHI. It says, "In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy Redeemer. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me. For as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I will not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. For the mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed. So that new covenant in Hebrews the 8th chapter is still for us. Pertaining back to what? Jeremiah 31, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Verse 11. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest and not comforted. Behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors and lay thy foundations with sapphires.
Hey, if I can say this
ahead,
too,
brother.
man. You know, like a man that really love a girl, right?
I was gonna make that go ahead, brother.
You know what I mean? Like, he like,
Think
man,
about
I'm
that
done. I'm done with this bitch, right?
I
He
said
like,
that before, yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with this bitch, man. But what? If you still love her, you gonna continue to do it. That's just how it is. No matter how mad she make you, man. You like, man, I'm done with this bitch, man.
Hey.
Like, you know, but like you said before, if you love someone, you ain't just gonna kick them out the house straight up. Just kick them out the house, man.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't just gonna straight up do that. You gonna have some mercy on them. You know, you ain't gonna just say get the fuck out of here, right? But if you really, the Lord loves us, man. That's why He like, man, y'all, man, come on.
Yeah,
Hey,
thy maker is thy husband.
I was gonna say, you know, you just said that maker's thy husband. That's the analogy, right? It's a lot more deeper than that because of the fact of
6?
Almost up.
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. But
I still got more.
talking about the husbandman, you know, it's a lot more deeper than that. I always use this analogy, you know, especially for you men that's out there, right? Now imagine you got a woman, right, and you go out and you do everything for this here woman. You go work for the so-called white man, and he's slaving you and treating you all kind of different ways. You work a 12-hour shift, get off work, go work another 12-hour shift, and then get off of there and go put in part-time, another 8 hours somewhere else. You know, knowing good and damn well it ain't that many hours in a day, but nevertheless, you get the analogy. You're doing all this work and oppression for the so-called white man or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You come home to put a roof over top of your wife's head to get an apartment, a car, something like this and that, just to get her whatever you need. You know, you're doing all this affliction to your body to take care of your wife. You know, your wife is scenario, and you come home and you see your wife sleeping with your boss, right? That's how bad it is. Like, damn, man, I'm over here working, slaving for this bitch, for all this here shit. She got the nerve to go around and sleep with this dude, right? So any man in their right mind, like, you know what? The hell with homegirl, we done with that shit, right? But the Most High is like, yeah, you did that shit, but you know what? We're gonna bring you back anyway. So just think about that. Put yourself in that scenario. Would you want to get back to your wife or woman? You doing all this buying? You just slaved all these hours and put a roof over her head, and you walk in the house, you know. Hey, just go on YouTube and look up Teeter's car. You know, come home, they walk in, they homegirl riding on top of old boy. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine how. Just any scenario, like homegirl riding on top of anybody. Now, they got plenty of little things Cheaters car.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
But nevertheless, just imagine how you would feel. You know what I'm saying? Just getting up a hard day's work.
Boy, you betrayed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I just had to do all this bullshit. They took all this money out of my check, and I still got to do this and that. And I come home to the apartment down there, put over your head, and you over here riding the mailman down the block. You ungrateful ass bitch. Now imagine just like, you know what, all the shit that I done went through and this and that, and taking her back. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, I ain't even gonna apologize, but the fact that you want to just take her back, you know? That's what the Most High is doing for us right now.
That's right, brother. Yeah, no, I got a little bit more. Isaiah 54 and 13. Sorry, 12. And I will make thy windows of gates, and thy gates of carbunacles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. And all thy children shall be taught of Yahawah, and great shall be the peace of thy children. And in righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression. So guess what? We're not going to be mad anymore. For thou shalt not fear it from terror, for it shall not come near thee. This is the point I really want y'all to listen to. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Talking about those against us. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. So the Lord said,